Hello everyone. Welcome to Confessions Jury, where people put themselves on the spot, waiting for your judgment. Sit comfortably and listen carefully, as you're about to hear today's cases. You hold the hammer and you apply the law. Let us have your verdict down in the comments section. As always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Let's head on to our first case. Case 1. Am I the bad person for planning to be a no-show for my proposal? I'm 27F, have been dating my boyfriend 29, who comes from a very wealthy old money family, for about 2 years. His family is nice enough on the surface, but passively snobbish, e.g. when offering advice on how to dress, laugh, or even eat in their circles. I've tried to not take too much offense because I love my boyfriend and he wasn't like that at all, so I figured I'd put up with it for the 4 times a year we have the family retreats. Last month, my boyfriend became moody. I tried to do more and more to reach out to him, thinking it was work stress, and then he told me he thought we should break up. His reason is we're too different and I'm not fitting in with his world, at least not without trying, and it comes off as I'm new to this. I was shocked and just kept thinking what changed. It felt so superficial and unreasonable. He left the apartment and said I could stay till I sorted my situation out. He didn't come back and went to his parents' house. I was also immediately removed from his family WhatsApp group. He barely responded to my texts. All our friends were oddly supportive of me. He's BIL though sent some cryptic texts like don't believe what they say but what they do stuff. I ended up snooping on his little sister's phone when she called to tell me she still wanted me to attend her baby shower. I was encouraged by the support, but reality hit when she and her cousins were hiding smiles through all the sorries. I played along. She was busy with guests. I took her phone from the table, went to the loo, and checked what his brother was saying. The family group chat was talking about my hazing. The ultimate prey gut before I joined the family. A staged breakup that he planned to turn into a surprise proposal. The reveal would happen on his birthday, bringing me the utmost relief and making it truly the happiest day of my life as well. I still feel numb. It was a prank. An entire month-long cruel prank where I cried to friends who were in on it, and no one thought it was wrong. He knew how insecure his family has made me feel, and he used that. I was being humiliated because of an old gutting tradition of bringing them low before you lift them to your level. BIL, I've come to learn, was not put through it because he's of their world too. I left, turned off my phone, packed what I needed, and got on a train home. I switched on my phone this week and the friends are asking why I disappeared. His messages are we should talk about something serious. They believe I'm still in town and renting somewhere new. I haven't responded to them and I'm not sure if I should. His birthday is in a week. I've been talking to Bill, he's kept me updated, the engagement planning is proceeding and they are all sure I'll be back from hiding by then. He's asked me not to out him. My family thinks that's weird and immature. I should just tell them I know and leave decently. They may retaliate business-wise if I humiliate them. My papa say yes, marry, secure the bag, and never love him. This union is profitable to him, so I think silence, never letting him explain, and embarrassing them when I'm a no-show for the surprise engagement is karma. The audacity of them all. What do you guys think? Lay down your ruling in the comments section and let's move on to our next story. Case 2. Am I the bad person for refusing to invite my abusive sister-in-law to our small, family-only housewarming? My partner, let's call her Sarah, and I are moving into a new home soon. We're planning a small housewarming party with just our immediate family, including siblings. Sarah wants to invite her brother, his wife, SIL, and their 2 young children. I am strongly opposed to this due to SIL's past behavior. Sarah wants to invite them because she wants her brother and his kids to be part of this milestone, which I understand and want. She hopes to maintain a positive relationship with her brother, a desire I share, and she's worried that not inviting them will cause more family drama. Our relationship with her brother and SIL is already strained, and her parents are understandably struggling with this situation. My reasons for not wanting to invite sister-in-law are verbal abuse. SIL has been verbally abusive to both Sarah and me on multiple occasions over the years. The fuck off incident, last year, during an argument, SIL told both Sarah and me to fuck off and never come back to my in-laws' house. She denies saying this, despite my mother-in-law witnessing and calling her out on it. The physical aggression, at a family gathering, SIL physically kicked me to get me out of her way. It was a repeated kicking at the back of my heel. While it may not sound extreme, it was intentional and aggressive. The microaggressions, SIL regularly engages in microaggressions. I've called her out on these in the past, but she refuses to take ownership. Unfortunately, her family often exhibits similar behavior when interacting with mine. I admit that I have reacted with microaggressions at times as well. However, I see this as a reactive measure to reinforce my boundaries. I am not perfect, and I am working on this. The problem is, to maintain any semblance of a relationship with SIL, Sarah and her family consistently have to brush her behavior under the rug. I believe this is an unintentional contribution to reinforce the behaviors she consistently exhibits. After the fuck-off incident last year, I reached my breaking point. While Sarah's parents have tried to get SIL to take some responsibility for her actions, not necessarily even apologize, nothing has changed. We now rarely interact with her outside of obligatory civility at family gatherings. This constant need to tiptoe around SIL's behavior creates tension and stress, even during what should be happy family occasions. Sarah and I agree on almost everything, but this is a major point of contention. She wants to avoid making things worse by excluding her brother's family, which I understand. However, I believe I have the right to protect my mental health and stand by my principles. I no longer feel obligated to play nice and allow someone who has been abusive and disrespectful into our home, especially since she hasn't even acknowledged her behavior. I'm not demanding an apology at this point, just some acknowledgement of what she's done. I know this puts Sarah in a difficult and very unfair spot, and I feel for her. But am I the bad person for refusing to invite her sister-in-law to our housewarming? What do you guys think of this one? Let us know in the comments section, and let's move on to our next story. Case 3. Am I the bad person for not telling my boyfriend about a kink I never knew I had? I, 25F, have been dating my boyfriend, Zach, 27M, for a little over a year now. And everything's been great. I've had issues with toxic relationships in my past, and Zach is the complete opposite. He's always been super understanding. Like I've never felt like I've had this happy in a relationship before. Or felt the ease to speak my mind as freely as I do. He genuinely makes me feel so safe, and I love him so much. Which is why this situation that happened a week ago feels really weird to me. I'm just going to lay it out as I remember it. I was headed over to Zach's apartment Friday evening after work, and we were planning to spend the weekend together. And when I got there, I immediately noticed something was off. He looked worried or concerned. I don't know. He greeted me with a kiss on my cheek, told me to settle in, but said he wanted to talk. Oh, the dreaded words. After I settled in, we sat down on the couch, and he point blank told me not to laugh and to listen to everything he had to say before responding. I have to admit, all this pretext was getting me really nervous, but I agreed. And so the most unexpected words came out of Zach's mouth next. He told me he felt like I wasn't being completely honest about my kinks. It caught me really off guard, and he continued by telling me he noticed things about me. He told me that he noticed that I have some kind of urination fetish and that he wishes I told him about it earlier. At this point, I was just too stunned to speak, so he just continued talking. I couldn't really focus on what he was saying, but I remember vaguely him saying something about me drinking way too much water all the time and getting up to pee after we have sex. And when he was done speaking, I was just caught off guard more than anything. And when I did finally open my mouth to speak, my initial reaction was just hysterical laughter. It felt kind of like a really bad joke that didn't land. I didn't know what I was expecting, but this? I also want to say that I have a tendency to laugh when things make me uncomfortable, so maybe that had something to do with my reaction as well. But when Zach withdrew further, only then I realized he was being dead serious. I apologized for laughing, but then told him I felt like his words were really out of left field and I was just surprised. I then tried to explain things logically. I'm a long-distance runner. I easily drink 6-8 L of water/Gatorade, etc. a day, less on rest days. Zach knows this. I have also never peed during sex, with Zach or anyone else, nor have I ever felt the desire to. I expressed this to Zach, and after taking a moment, he just told me he needed space. He said that while I was welcome to sleep on the couch because it was late, he wanted me to go home the next day, and to not contact him until I was actually willing to have a serious conversation with him about this. I'll admit, maybe laughing at his statement made me a bit of an asshole. But I was caught really off guard, wouldn't you be? The nature of this issue is too weird to talk about with anyone IRL, but I don't know what to do. It's been a week and still no contact. Should I reach out or give him space just like he asked? And am I the bad person for not telling my boyfriend about a kink I never knew I had? You've sat down, you've listened. Now, it's time to state your ruling. What is it gonna be? Let us have it down in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more cases like these. In life, we may run, but we can never hide from true justice. Stay safe, everyone.